Now, the next common underlying cause for diarrhea that I want to talk about is that catabolic imbalance that I just mentioned. So, how this works is at the cellular level, our body is always either in a catabolic state or an anabolic state. Now, during the day, the body should be in a catabolic state because this is where the body is better at producing energy and keeping us going all day. And it also breaks down tissue and gets rid of waste and all this junk so the body can rebuild. And then at night, we're supposed to move into this anabolic state where we rest and we rebuild and repair and the body does all of those functions. So both states are great. You can see that both of them are really necessary. But the problem is some people will get stuck leaning too far in one direction, or they'll stay stuck in one side of that imbalance most of the time. Now, this can be a really big problem with your stool because when you're in the more anabolic state, the body sends more of our water through the kidneys. And in the catabolic state, the body sends more of our water through the bowels. So if a person is stuck in this catabolic state most of the time, the body is sending most of the water through our bowels. And that's going to loosen up the bowels and make them a lot looser and more frequent and all those kinds of problems. So we mentioned before that this catabolic state has the ability to thicken up the bile so it doesn't flow as well. So that's one possible problem for a chronic diarrhea issue. But even beyond that, even if your bile is flowing okay, an overly catabolic state can cause the body to send too much water to the bowels, and that's going to loosen it up and create a chronic diarrhea problem. So if you find that you have a catabolic imbalance, you can correct that through food choices and supplement choices, and you can correct that imbalance. And not only can it correct loose stool issues, it can also help you sleep better and repair and rebuild tissues and all those things like the body's supposed to do. So that 4-week course that I talked about, we teach you how to look at your own physiology with simple self-tests that you can do at home with stuff you can pick up at a pharmacy or health food store. And you can kind of figure out, am I leaning too far on this catabolic side? And then you'll know if that's something that you need to correct or not.